Hey everybody, so update videos. So last week I started a rotation. Well, actually week before last, because I started with the Up from the Coulee, which I showed you in my previous video. Last week I worked on my Moonlit Tigers. Let me show you my progress on it. Ta-da! As you can tell, I have a huge amount done on this one. All I have left is the last little bit of this tiger and the rock formation that they're on. And then I'm done with this one. However, I stopped a couple of days early working on that one because I worked on this one. This is the one I told you all about in one of my other videos that my mom and dad bought me as a replacement for the Footprints one that my mom's dog destroyed. So with this one, I had actually already previously had all of this done, but I took it out, took the kit thread, matched it with DMC floss, and redid it because the kit thread that came with this one was horrific. Now, for this week, I have been working on Pokemon First Generation. Now, most of y'all may remember that I've been working down here at the base. I started over here with Bulbasaur, went this way, moved up, started going this way. I had been working on this one, got tired of it, so I moved up top. Over this week, I have gotten this page finished here and started on this page. So, I am actually going to show y'all a little bit of stitching while I talk. So, I just finished the reading for my class this week. I am taking a statistics math class, which I confess has been horrific. I hate statistics. Honestly, truthfully, for the grade level I'm looking to teach, I don't need it. But since I will be certified to teach through 8th grade, once I pass all of the tests, certification tests and such, I have to have it. It's annoying, but oh well. Okay, sorry about that. I had a knot. But it's annoying, but I am trying to get through it. I did not do so hot. Week 3, I had a test that week, plus homework, plus a short essay to introduce the topic I will be doing for my research project for this class. So it was what I dubbed Hell Week. So last week was also rough. I didn't do as good on the homework as I would have liked, but this class has proved to be really, really challenging. This week, however, I'm hoping to do better. I have my homework that I've got to get finished tomorrow because it's due by Monday morning at like 12:59 a.m. So I've got all day tomorrow to work on it. My next cross stitch in the rotation will start on Monday. I am not sure right now which one is going to be the next one I work on, whether I go back to the Up from the Coulee or if I find one of my other works in progress and slip that into the rotation. I may also do my Heaven and Earth design. I am not sure yet. I will decide what I'm in the mood to work on Monday and go from there. Basically, my rotation is not necessarily working on a specific project every week. Like, you know, my rotation is not going to be Up from the Coulee, Moonlit Tigers, Pokemon. Up from the Coulee, Moonlit Tigers, Pokemon. It's going to be a full week of dedicating to one project, that project, but it could be any of my works in progress for that entire week. In other words, I could do Up from the Coulee 2 weeks in a row. I could do Pokemon 2 weeks in a row. Or I could do Moonlit Tiger, Pokemon Moonlit Tiger, Up from the Coulee. It just depends kind of what I'm in the mood to work on. I'm strongly thinking of going with the Up from the Coulee because I really want to get the top row of pages done because I'm literally just a few shy of having it completed. So I may do that one, especially since starting Monday morning, I am off for 2 weeks. Yay! So that means I can cross stitch, do house chores. Okay, excuse me. Rewind, erase what I said. I can spend time with my family, do my chores, and work on cross stitch. I would love for my cross stitching to come first, but my family comes first, especially with it being the Christmas holidays. My 2-year-old is bouncing off the walls, craving attention, because mommy has been extremely, extremely busy with the statistics class. So most of our time together has been spent with him in my lap while I read and take notes for my class. Or him watching cartoons with me sitting in the chair taking notes for class while reading. So not exactly fun times for him, but unfortunately that is what mommy has been doing. This is the back. As I told, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but with this particular project, I tend to bounce around a lot. With the size of this project, it's going to be framed, so the back's not going to be seen, so I don't really care. I would get in closer, but I'm using the webcam on my computer for this, so that's why it's upside down. So I'm doing what I can with what I have right now. I have a strong suspicion I will be getting a GoPro camera from my in-laws for Christmas. And so if I do, my videos hopefully will become a lot more consistent and definitely of better quality. And I may do some pretty lengthy videos when I can of me cross stitching, if y'all would like that. So let me know if y'all would like the lengthy videos of me cross stitching, or if that doesn't appeal. When I do question and answers type videos, I will still do them using my webcam just because that's the easiest way to do those. So I've had a couple of new subscribers over the past week or two, and I want to say hello and thank you for subscribing. I'm not big enough in the cross stitch world really to do any kind of like giveaways or anything like that. Maybe at some point in time I may try to do one of those. I don't really have the ability to do those kind of things, so that is why I don't, or should I say that is why I haven't done anything like that on my channel. Nala. Sorry, folks, my little puppy girl here is still in the process of potty training, so I have to constantly remind her to go outside when she needs to go potty. She is 10 weeks old, 11 weeks old, something like that. I don't know, I'd have to check my phone to be sure. She was 7 weeks when I got her, and I got her the weekend after Thanksgiving. So, she's a pretty smart little girl. She learned pretty quick how to use the dog door, and learned pretty quick that when I tell her to go outside, she'll go through the dog door and go outside. So, and I actually, hopefully, you cannot hear my video that I have going in the background. I like to watch Let's Plays when I cross stitch, usually. Let's Plays or movies or something of the equivalent. Right now, I am watching the Let's Play of Dragon Age Origins Inquisition. I actually own the game and I've played it several times, but I like the game. Or I like watching this particular person's Let's Play of it. So. Another thing I do is I may put on like a cross stitch video on YouTube. My favorite to watch and listen to while I'm cross stitching is actually Lizard Lee. I'll put her cross stitch videos on and stitch along while they're playing. She does a lot of cross stitches similar to what I do, or what I like to do. So, I wrap my thread on bobbins for DMC, even for kits. I find it's much easier to keep track. I've started transferring a lot of my patterns to my iPad to keep better track of them. All my thread are stored in tack boxes. I actually have my Heaven Earth design in a fishing tackle box, not just a box like that. But for the sheer amount of thread I have for that one, it works out great because all my bobbins are on the top. All the extra thread is underneath. I use the loop start for most of my threads unless they're threads that I've already started, then I weave them under. With this project, I don't really use any special techniques. I don't railroad. I'm just very careful. It's done on 18 count. So I'm not as worried about the lay of the thread. The coverage is pretty good, so I don't really have to worry about the way it lays, and it usually lays pretty good on its own with this particular project. So the main frustration I have with this project that I don't have with the Heaven Earth design is the Heaven Earth design I actually have on a scroll frame. Excuse me. So all my extra threads are, or all my extra fabric is rolled up out of the way. This project is literally too long to put on my scroll frames. I cannot get it tight enough. So I have to kind of figure out what works best to keep the fabric out of my way where it doesn't accidentally get stitched up in it. One thing I have found with this project, though, that I do like to do, which I'm sure you may have seen, is I started off with this yellow here. I've got a little bit more to do. But then once I got that in, then I took this, which is actually the background color, and I went through and did all of this color for the whole project, or for this whole page. And then I did the black. And now I'm going back with other colors and doing those. But I try to do all that color on the page before I move on to another color. I don't always. Sometimes it just depends on what I have going on. or how spread out it is. The black I do because it gives me a general outline to follow. And like each patch of black, like I can start up here, go down, and then move back up like this in a U shape. But it always gives me a point of reference to count from. So it makes it easier to do like I'm doing, with doing one color all across the page and then moving on to the next color and doing that all across. If I didn't have something to reference off of to count, because I don't like counting like 20, 30, 20 or 30 in between, like this purple. If I did not have all of this here to reference, I'd have just done this purple and then done something else around it. I would not have moved over here to do this purple. Because to me, that's too far, and it's too much risk of the count getting off. Even though I have it gridded, but the actual pattern is gridded in 5x5 squares, not 10x10. So it's a little more confusing. I could do it even though it's 10x10. When I originally started this project, I had planned on parking, but it's small splotches of color. Like you may have like take Magic Carp, for instance. You've got all this orange here, but there's no orange around it, anywhere else around it. So it just wasn't feasible. The method I chose here is easier. One remark I've been getting a lot on Facebook on my progress photos of this project is that, oh my gosh, it's so huge, how do you do it? The way I look at it is it's a bunch of new starts. It's a bunch of mini cross stitches on 18 count, all put together. That is the way I view it, because with it being gridded, I can literally go to any page in this pattern and work on it. If I want to do one color for every page, like say I want to take the black and I wanted to do it for every page, I can. Or if I get tired of that and I want to do a different color, say I want to do this purple across every page, I can. And I can do it that way as though it's one huge project. Or I can do like I've been doing and work on each page until I finish it. And then once I finish it, it's an accomplishment, and it kind of feels like I've gotten a cross stitch done because I've completed that entire page. And so when I move to the next page, it's like a new start. Doing it that way, it doesn't feel so overwhelming. While yes, there's like 30 pages worth of cross stitch, with that thought process, I've gotten 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 9 pages worth of cross stitching complete out of 30. And I've only been working on this one for about a year. So this one and the Heaven and Earth design are my two biggest projects. They're the ones with the most pages. It's this one, it's the Heaven and Earth with the 36 pages. This one with 30, and then Up from the Coulee is right behind this one. And then Moonlit Tigers is right after. That's in order from largest to smallest. And then I have the beach chair and a small wolf one that's somewhere in my stash. And then I've got a bunch of like little ones that I just, they lack like 300 stitches, 400 stitches and some outlining to be done. I am a sucker for big projects. Oh yeah, and then I also have the pheasant one. But yeah, I'm a sucker for big projects. I see a multi-page project and I'm just like, yes, please, thank you. Like my next cross stitch that I would love to start is the Blue Dragon on Heaven Earth Design, the normal one, not the mini and not the supersized. I don't the supersized. Yeah, that one definitely too much for me. But just the normal one. I want to do it on 28 count or 25 count. 2/1 Continental, aka half stitches. I want to try my hand at that, but I absolutely love dragons, and that one to me is just absolutely gorgeous. The next one would be the white dragon, and then either a red. Basically, I would love to have red, white, blue, gold, silver, or yellow, green. I'd love to have multiple ones. I doubt it'll ever happen, but hey, a girl can dream, can't she? No, me and my husband have a deal that I have to at least finish one of my large ones before I can get any more. So that's part of why I started the rotation, was to try to help myself get one or possibly a couple of them done. Both to cut myself back so I can really, because I mean, I've had exactly one finish this year, that's it, and that was the red beach chair. And then I've got its companion piece over there that needs to be finished because those are gifts. They're not going to be done for Christmas this year. They'll probably get done for Christmas next year if I can get it finished, because they are going to my mom and they're getting turned into pillows for my uncle and his wife. They got married not quite a year ago, about 6 months ago, and I may actually have to find and do another of the cross stitches that I actually did for them for their wedding gift, because I gave it to my grandmother to give to them because they were actually going down there for the wedding. Or excuse me, I wasn't going to be able to be there for the wedding because I was going down literally 2 weeks later for my cousin's wedding, where I was maid of honor, so I couldn't make the trip down to Texas twice in a month. Even though I ended up going down the week after their wedding and staying for 3 weeks, I probably could have stayed for a month and just gone to their wedding and given it to them myself, but I didn't. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, needless to say, I gave it to my grandmother, and then they moved, or she forgot to give it to her, and then they moved from one house in the area they're in to another house up closer to the entrance. And when they did, all of her craft stuff got packed up, which included that cross stitch. And so it's now in a box somewhere in their house, and they don't know where or if it's even there any longer. Does it frustrate me that it's gone, or that it's potentially gone? Yes, it wasn't a challenging one to do though. So it's just a matter of, can I find it again? Because I don't remember the name of it. I know it was a Janlin design. It was actually one that I got on sale at Hobby Lobby because they weren't going to carry it anymore. So I don't know. I may be able to find it on Amazon. I know I've seen it on there before, but I know it's a Janlin design. It is a beach themed one. It's got some little saying on it, but in the bottom corner there is a little heart drawn in the sand with initial plus initial. And they're both very big into the beach. So hence where that one and the beach chairs came from. One's red, one's yellow. I got the red one finished. But yeah, so I want to find that one and redo it for them. So, all of the ones that I am currently doing now, the Heaven and Earth Design, Deer Creek, Up from the Coulee, and the Pheasant are for my husband, so they're staying here. The Pokemon one, I have not decided what I'm going to do with it yet. The Moonlit Tigers is mine. My husband's not a fan of this one, so it probably won't get stuck up. I may actually gift it out. I'm not sure yet. I've had several people that absolutely love it. And I've got a cousin who, he's actually the one that got me into Pokemon. So I've been considering, once I get finished and frame it, that I might actually give it to him. He is a year older than me. He actually just graduated nursing school, so I'm very proud of him for that. He's the first of the grandkids to go, or no, excuse me, his younger sister is the first to go and graduate from college with a degree. He is the second. I will be the third. But that was also because I kind of went backwards. I got married and had a kid first, so they all went to college first. They both went to college first, and then my cousin got married. And my cousin Buddy's still single, so I got married first and had a baby first, and then did the college thing. Well, I started going to college before I ever got married. I was already engaged, though. I actually got married spring break during my first semester of Blinn, or during my one and only semester of Blinn. I got married on spring break. It was hilarious. I walked into class the Monday after we got back, because we went to Colorado for our honeymoon. But the day we got back, and my math was first, and she didn't really care what anybody did on spring break, so I got through that class. And when I got to history class, my history professor was awesome. But the first thing he did was, he was like, so what did everybody do for spring break? And, of course, most of the responses were party and hang with friends and stuff. And then he came to me and the foreign exchange student, girl that sat next to me, and of course she, was like, I stayed home and studied and yada yada yada. And he went, so what did you do? I noticed something different about you. He's like, there seems to be something different about you. I went, I got married. I literally had everybody in the class looking at me, and he's like, have you lost your mind? You got married? I was like, sir, held my hand and showed the ring, and he's like, okay, well, at least he's got nice taste. But, yeah, so it was hilarious. I mean, everybody was just like, you got married on spring break. Okay. Not something I would expect somebody to do, but, yeah. Okay, well. So, I got this section here done, and this section here done. So, I'm going to keep working on this, and hopefully get this posted. And, yeah. Have fun. Keep those stitches. Bleh. Keep those needles stitching. Bye.